Power doesn't protect you from gravity. King Adar built his palace on the highest peak in the north, thinking he was closer to the stars than to the death. Empires aren't held together by stone, they are held together by what we trust. One slip, one break, and the god king was just a man falling through the air. The fall didn't kill him, but the silence did. His doctors had no answers. His gold couldn't buy a single breath of relief. In the dark, pride turns into a special kind of terror. Adar didn't want to change, he just wanted to be fixed. He sent riders into the forbidden lands of the south, seeking a shortcut, an ancient shadow they called the land of the great silence. His messengers rode for a cure, but they found a mirror. On the road to the south, a man stood. No armor, no crown, just a staff and a voice that sounded like thunder over dry ground. It was the seer. Why do you cross borders to find a lie? Is it because you think there is no truth left in your home? Tell the king, because he has done this, he will not leave. There was silence. The messengers went back to the king. When the message returned to the palace, it wasn't a remedy. It was a reckoning. This broke Adar's ego. He flared up. He didn't see the message as something coming from divine. He saw a threat to his throne. He decided that if he can't get rid of the sickness, he would rather kill the messenger. In the king's anger, he sent an arrest warrant. 50 men, led by a captain, who thought power was nailed in steel. They marched up to the seer's mountain. When they got there, they shouted, "Come down!" as if they were commanding a dog. But he cannot arrest the wind. The sky turned to iron, and in a roar of white heat, the mountain crumbled. All that was left was ash and the smell of ozone. The message got to the king, but that didn't stop him. He sent 50 more soldiers. He treated his own soldiers like wood for fire, burning through lives to satisfy his spite. It's the tragedy of a man who would rather lose everything rather than admit that he was wrong. Same thing happened to the commander and the soldiers he sent. Then came Joram. He didn't march, he crawled. He saw the boats of his friends melted into the rock. He realized that before him wasn't just a man, but a gateway to something eternal. He didn't command, he begged. My life and the life of these 50 are precious in your sight. Please do not let us burn for a king who is already cold. This melted the heart of the seers, and he decided to follow him to the palace. The seer finally walked the halls of the palace. The marble floors felt silent, as if the building itself was holding its breath. He entered the palace and stood over the dying king. For a long moment, there was only the sound of Adar's rage breathing. "You, the firebringer, tell me, how do I live? I have gold, I have healers, I have everything. You have nothing, Adar. You built a kingdom on the sand of lies, and now the tide is coming in. You sent men to ask a silent God for a cure, as if the one who gave you breath didn't exist. You didn't want healing. All you wanted was an escape. You chose the shadow, and now the shadow is where you shall rest. You shall not leave this bed." The king lost his cool and shouted, "Leave my presence now!" The king's hands loosened his grip on a silk sheet. Adar died in a palace full of gold, but with a completely bankrupt soul. We all have a palace we are building. We have a lattice we lean on. Maybe it's a relationship you know is toxic, or a career we've made our God. When it breaks, where do you go? Do you send for the strange alternatives, or do you look for the truth that has been waiting for you all along?